Witam Was bardzo serdecznie. Ja jestem Arietta, a przed Wami Dziedzictwo Hogwartu. Jak pamiętacie, czekaliśmy sobie tutaj na kolejne zadanie. Właśnie nam się odblokowało. W końcu, po dość długim czasie. Zobaczmy, jak nam pójdzie.
Hello, are you here for Summoner's Court?
That I am. Don't expect to be as lucky here as you were in Crossed Wands. Speaking of which, care to lose, play a match?
No, pewnie.
Of course, Charlotte.
Then may the best summoner win.
O! Dobra, zaczynaj. Dobra.
Precisely as planned.
No oczywiście, zgodnie z planem. Tutaj mamy to. Zgodnie z planem.
Nice technique. Accio.
Ojoj,
Precisely
będzie
as
ciężko.
planned.
Dobra, udało się.
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio.
No dobra, jesteśmy praktycznie łap w łap. Co? Aha. Jak to jest możliwe? O, przegrana będzie.
Such grace. Finesse. Didn't I say I adore competition?
Oj, chyba będziemy musieli drugi raz podejść.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Ale oczywiście, że tak.
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
Dobra. Jeszcze raz.
Accio.
Dobra.
Precisely as planned.
No. Jak to jest możliwe?
Accio. Nice technique. Accio.
O,
Precisely as planned.
okej, teraz moja kolej. Ustawmy się tak w miarę ładnie. Dobra, mam nadzieję, że plan się uda.
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio.
Okej, udało się.
Precisely as planned.
Dobra, i teraz my. Dobra,
Nice technique.
udało się.
Wow, you are good.
Za drugim razem, ale się udało.
I'm not too proud to admit when I've lost. Where did you learn to play like that?
To intuicja.
I play by intuition, natural skill and all that.
That's been my strategy. I suppose it only gets you so far, though. Well, you've only one opponent left now. I won't say more than that, but let's just say he's the best for a reason.
No dobra. Ciekawe, ciekawe. No to naszym ostatnim zadaniem będzie tutaj rozgrywka. Dobra, to wrócimy tutaj do niej, jak wszystko się pojawi. Do zobaczenia za chwilę. Okej, witam ponownie. Znalazłam taki mały myk, żeby szybko mieć te questy, żeby szybko się pojawiły. I chodzi o to, żeby po prostu teleportnąć się na drugą część mapy. A jak widać, będziemy tutaj z profesorem grać.
You're my summoner's court opponent, Professor Ronan.
Indeed I am. Professors are allowed to have fun once in a while too, you know.
O,
Of course. I look forward to playing against you.
And you. I've been playing this for eons, so you haven't a chance of winning. How about we get started anyway?
I'm ready.
No time like the present.
dobra, zobaczmy jak to wygląda.
Accio.
Dość trudno. Tak, będziemy musieli trafiać w setki.
Nicely done.
Dobra. Próbujemy. Uj!
I do not recall teaching you how to play like that. Accio.
Jak miło. Okej.
We all make mistakes.
Dobra, i teraz tak. Spróbujmy. Jeszcze troszkę. Przeszło?
Well now, nicely played.
Przeszło. Punkt.
We all make mistakes.
Też tak myślę. Został mi tylko ten. Okej, spróbujemy. O, wszystkie wypadły.
Delightful to see such mastery from one your age.
Ale udało się zwyciężyć.
Well done. You've beaten me at my own game.
Dobrze mnie nauczył pan.
I had a good teacher.
A flatterer, I see. Although I dare say it's not unwarranted. I shall accept the compliment humbly. As the new Summoner's Court champion, you have earned a token of recognition. Do not let it go to your head.
I zyskaliśmy rękawiczki. No i udało nam się też ukończyć wszystkie wyzwania poboczne. To jest bardzo miłe, chociaż to się wiąże z tym, że już po prostu w grze zostały nam tylko takie typowe znajdźki. O,
Alohomora.
jak ta. Ojojoj. Ale się przepięknie wczytało przez chwilę. O, było. Co tu mamy? Też rękawiczki. Podobno też jeszcze z nauczycielami można pogadać, tak o.
Professor, do you have a moment?
Yes, what is it?
O,
In class, I heard you mention the Toyohashi Quidditch team.
I did. The Toyohashi Tengu are from Japan. Dominant, known for their rigorous training. They practice near the Mahutokoro School of Magic, often battling both tempestuous seas and violent storms, in addition to each other. Tournament play is almost always easier for the Tengu than their training sessions.
I take it you're a fan.
Fan? I was being groomed to play on their team. And I would have been a Tengu, if not for a bit of bad luck.
O. No dobra, powiedzmy, że jej wierzymy.
I know that feeling. Some things are simply out of our control.
And some things are in it. I should have known better. I made my own luck. I was betrayed by someone I trusted. Myself. I did not see clearly, and I paid a dear price. My best friend Asuka and I were being groomed to play on the team together. I as keeper, and she as chaser. She was breathtaking. She once corkscrewed through 3 players and scored before they even turned their heads. But as tryouts for the Tengu got closer, she panicked. I did not realize the extent of her panic until it was too late. She wanted so desperately for both of us to play together that she had slipped Felix Felicis into our tea before we were to show them our skills.
What is Felix Felicis? A potion?
Also known as liquid luck. And it is illegal in all wizarding sports. I knew within minutes that something was different. I had never played so well. And Asuka was playing more beautifully than I had ever seen. When I confronted her afterwards, she admitted what she had done. I withdrew from consideration immediately.
But it wasn't your fault. You didn't know about the potion in the tea.
It does not matter. My flying that day was not my own. I could not live with myself. So, I withdrew and explained to them why. I burned my broom in disgrace.
What happened to Asuka? Did she burn her broom as well?
Asuka played for the Tengu for 2 seasons.
You didn't report her. Tell them what she'd done.
Her fate was not mine to decide. My fate is in my hands, as your fate is in yours.
Thank you, Professor. I shall remember what you've told me.
O, jaka historia. To może pochodzimy i pogadamy też z innymi profesorami w takim razie. Skoro zdołaliśmy usłyszeć taką historię. Nie wiem, mamy resztę profesorów. Tu. Tu nie, tu nie. A, jest jeszcze jedno miejsce, które chciałabym zwiedzić razem z wami. Tylko gdzie one było? Gdzieś tu? Chyba nie, chyba gdzieś na dole. Obok smoka, ale za to... Tutaj z profesorem będziemy mogli pogadać.
Professor Sharp, do you have a moment?
Depends on how you intend to use it.
O,
I saw an aura badge on your desk and was wondering if you could tell me more about your time as an aura.
Observant. I suppose I could indulge you for a moment. Spent years tracking down reprobates who dealt in artifacts of dark magic origin.
brzmi ekscytująco.
That sounds positively exhilarating.
Exhilarating? It was at that. While it lasted, at any rate. I enjoyed a great deal of success as an aura. However, success can make one complacent if one's confidence is not tempered by humility. One overstep in battle changed everything.
May I ask what happened?
Yes, well, I suppose it's a matter of record. My partner and I had tracked a suspect to a harbor in Scarborough, trying to smuggle shrunken heads of all things. I had deduced that he was working alone. I was mistaken, and they knew we were coming. From the moment we stepped onto the ship, well, I barely escaped with my life. My partner wasn't so lucky.
I suppose being an aura is dreadfully dangerous. I'm sorry.
It is at that. But survival is not guaranteed for any of us. Pay attention. And not just within my class. This is what I must impress upon you all. A potion and a poison may be a mere breath apart, until you consume the wrong one.
Well said, Professor.
Okej. Jak widać, każdy z nich ma swoją taką własną historię, taką ciekawą historię. Dobra, co my tutaj jeszcze mamy? Tutaj mamy panią profesor, wicedyrektorkę. To do niej zejdziemy jeszcze.
By all accounts, Hogwarts would be lost without you.
A gdzie się wybieram? Nie mogę już z tobą pogadać?
It warms my heart to see your interest in herbology, dare I say, blossom.
A, nie możemy już z nią pogadać. Serio? A szkoda. No dobra, to lecimy dalej do innych profesorów. Kogo my tu jeszcze mamy? Chyba z zielarstwa? Jak dobrze pamiętam. Jeszcze nam coś stała. Staram sobie przypomnieć, czy jeszcze kogoś mieliśmy.
My brother's doing well, thanks to you. And he listens to me now.
Dobra, teraz tu i tutaj powinna być
Off on another adventure.
następna.
Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames.
Amizą w Londynie. Spodziewałam się gospodarstwa.
Forgive me, I was sure you must have been raised in the countryside.
I used to dream of just that. But it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home. Mind you, it did take some time. And whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, we each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing bulb. And we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. You can imagine how astonished I was to receive my letter from Hogwarts. I spent a good deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here.
Przyzwyczajenie, no to zajmuje trochę czasu.
It does take a while to adjust to being here.
Precisely, and I was remarkably fortunate. In fact, a seventh year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
Was it Serona Ryan?
It was indeed. How on earth did you know that?
Serona has been a good friend to me as well. In fact, I retrieved a box of letters from Mrs. Sprottle for her.
Oh, darling Mrs. Sprottle. She was always astonished I knew as much magic as I did, being Muggle-born. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
Mi ciebie również. Kogo jeszcze tutaj mamy? A nie mamy profesor od czarnej magii? Od czarną magią? To powinno być gdzieś tutaj i... Tutaj nie, to tutaj. Klasa zaklęć. To chyba tutaj było.
not sure why she'd fuss so much. It was only one page in the book.
O? Nie no, tutaj z profesorem już gadaliśmy, więc wątpię, że będziemy mogli tutaj gadać z nim. A chodziło mi o inną klasę. Ale jesteśmy w dobrym budynku. To musimy się przejść kawałek. Tu. I to jest chyba gdzieś z tej strony? Nie. Nie wiem, gdzie to jest. No gdzieś tutaj to było. Tak, tu. I tu.
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do. What is it?
Okej.
I wondered, did you attend Hogwarts?
I did. I am a proud member of Ravenclaw House, like you. Why do you ask?
I was curious as to how Hogwarts has changed over the years.
I see. Well, the castle itself, as I'm sure you have surmised, is full of surprises. I dare say more than the staircases change around here. As for the students, well, they seem to get more capable every year. Although, we got up to just as much mischief in my day as you seem to now. I used to look the other way at all sorts of roguery when I was head girl. I can tell you, however, that I did once admonish a certain Phineas Nigella's Black for enjoying a sugar quill during a lecture.
I hadn't realized that you and Professor Black were, students here together.
Appearances can be deceiving. You see, I was once wounded by time itself.
O.
Time itself. I never would have imagined such a thing.
Ah, well, it was the risk I took with my prior position. You may or may not have heard that I was an unspeakable at the ministry for years.
An unspeakable? What does...
As you might suspect, I cannot speak about what we did. Suffice it to say, the job was not without its hazards. Now, I hope I've satisfied your curiosity for the moment.
You have. Thank you for speaking with me, Professor.
Keep up with your wand work. One must always be prepared for mischief, both inside and outside of the castle.
Dobra, chyba już z wszystkimi pogadaliśmy. Przynajmniej tak kojarzę. Ale jestem ciekawa też, jak wyglądają, jak mówiłam wcześniej, pokoje innych, chciałam powiedzieć, frakcji. No. Po prostu innych. Bo mamy tylko pokazany Ravenclaw. Więc co wy na to, żeby po prostu stworzyć nową postać i po prostu zobaczyć, jak u nich to wygląda. No to co? Widzimy się za chwilę. Okej, witam was ponownie. Jak widzicie, już mamy tutaj przydział do domu. I tak. Tutaj już sobie zwiedziliśmy cały Ravenclaw. Mamy jeszcze Slytherin, Gryffindor i Hufflepuff. Okej, więc pójdziemy sobie najpierw do Slytherinu, później do Hufflepuff, a następnie do Gryffindor. No to co? Wybierzmy sobie.
I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power.
No tak. I sobie to weźmy. Widzimy sobie dom. Dom, pokój. Jak zwał, tak zwał.
You belong in Slytherin.
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
O! Ciekawe wejście. Bez zagadki, bez niczego tym razem.
Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Okej, więc zaraz sobie tutaj się trochę rozejrzymy. Tutaj po całym domu. Co my tutaj mamy? Tutaj pewnie mamy pokoje innych uczniów. Wspólny pokój. No, ładnie. Tak trochę mokro, tajemniczo. Co my tutaj dalej mamy? Mamy tak, ciasteczka tu. Meduza. Jedna, druga. Porozglądajmy się po
I suppose some introductions are in order.
pokoju wspólnym. Co my tutaj dalej mamy? Pomieszczenia. I słyszałam, że tu można zrobić małe przedstawienie z tym? Ale się kręci. Za którymś razem? Chyba nic się nie dzieje tutaj. O, szkoda. Myślałam, że coś się tutaj stanie. A, jednak coś widziałam. Jakieś macki? O, to kraken. Słyszałam, że może się pokazać tutaj, tylko nie wiem, czy w tej chwili? Dobra, pogadajmy tutaj jeszcze ze wszystkimi. O, tam widzę jakąś mackę.
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Lubię zrobić dobre wejście.
If I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Okej, popytajmy się jeszcze o to.
Are you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
O,
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
dobra, tu mamy jedną gadkę.
Might want to think that again.
Zobaczmy tu.
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Weźmy sobie to.
We handled it, and I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha! Not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
O,
Are you a keen
popytajmy
wizard,
się.
then? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Oho.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Mi również było miło. I jeszcze jedna osoba nam została.
That is not helpful. Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Ekscytujące przeżycie.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Co czytasz?
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Co masz na myśli?
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
No dobra.
New 5th year Slytherin in here. Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
No dobra. Ale spróbujmy jeszcze raz. Może to chwilę potrwać. Chyba jednak nic się nie dzieje. Może to nie to okno. Dobra, chyba nic z tego. Nie, nic z tego. Jakoś nam to nie wychodzi. Niestety. Dobra, pozwiedzajmy sobie tutaj jeszcze coś. Zobaczmy, jak to wszystko wygląda. Wygląda trochę jak grota po prostu. Slytherin. Albo jak nora po prostu węża. Nie, jak wyglądają nory węża? Dobra, tu. I to chyba by było wszystko. Jesteśmy w stanie sobie tutaj zobaczyć. Tu nic. Też mamy kwatery. dobra, no to chyba sobie zwiedziliśmy tutaj cały pokój, cały dom. W sumie nic innego nie widzę. Oprócz podkradania cukierków. Myślałam, że się uda nam zrobić tą ciekawostkę z oknami, ale nam nie wychodzi niestety. Podobno kraken ma się tam tutaj pojawić. No ale trudno. Jeszcze zostały nam 2 następne domy. To co? Widzimy się za chwilę.
Better be Hufflepuff!
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a 5th year. Might be a bit of work, but I'm sure that's never stopped you before.
It hasn't, Professor.
Now, here we are at the entrance to the Hufflepuff Common Room.
This is the entrance.
Indeed. I will explain what to do, but I hesitate to do it myself as one errant knock leads to being doused in vinegar. Most unpleasant. You must tap the barrel, 2 from the bottom, middle of the second row, in the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff. Well done. Now go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
No dobra, no to zaczynamy sobie teraz zwiedzanie domu Hufflepuff. Jak słyszeliście, to zwiedzajmy sobie, co tu mamy. O, jakie efekty? Lekkie uniesienie. Tu, tam tutaj mamy. Prawie jak w Hobbicie. I to jeszcze jak? Zwiedzajmy. Tutaj są pewnie pokoje. Hufflepuff. Quidditch. Dobra. Co tu jeszcze mamy?
Wish I could see what Hogwarts looks like to muggles. Bet it's terrifying.
Ja wiem. Ale tu roślin. Hufflepuff z tego słynie. Zwiewaki, wszystko co związane z naturą. Z taką przyrodą. Dobra, mamy kilka osób, żeby się przedstawić, ale na razie sobie pozwiedzamy. Tu jest chyba wyjście, to nie. Tutaj mamy sowę, tutaj mamy znowu wyjście na górę. A tutaj? To jest ta skrzynia. Skrzynia domu Hufflepuff. A tu? Co tu jest? Kolejne pomieszczenia, tym razem na dole. Też bardzo podobno wyglądają. Tu. O. Mam tu jakieś ciasteczka. Efektów? Łe! Tu. No jak widać, wszystkie pomieszczenia są bardzo podobne do siebie. Okej, to teraz pogadajmy sobie tutaj z tą trójką. O, ciebie jeszcze odblokować nie możemy. Więc najpierw sobie porozmawiajmy z tobą.
Oh, hello. She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
Nie martwię się.
I'm really not worried. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Nevertheless, it is rather unusual. You must feel terribly out of place. Of course, presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit. At least people have always told me so. I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do.
A dlaczego wolała być w Ravenclaw?
Do you really think you should have been in Ravenclaw?
Well, my brothers were. They both work in the ministry now. I suppose you could say that wit runs in the family. My aunt was a Gryffindor, though, and I've always had plenty in common with her. Determination, valor, daring. The old sorting hat was spoiled for choice with me.
No, to na pewno.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Taka trochę ciekawa osóbka. Wiecie, rodzina trochę tu, trochę tam. To teraz chodźmy tutaj.
You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, you got that one.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
Okej. Szkoda, bo też tak uważam, że magiczne zwierzęta są niesamowite.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Spytajmy się o to.
Have you ever had a pet, Arthur?
No. My mother's a muggle, and as soon as the puffskein that my dad brought home stuck its tongue up her nose, it went right back to the shop.
O, szkoda.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
No dobra. To jest nasza druga rozmowa i... Zapraszam. I teraz trzecia.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
No. Ale wolimy o tym nie rozmawiać.
If you don't mind, I'd prefer to just forget about it.
Oh dear, it must have been bad. I mean, of course it was.
I know I would have been terrified. Sorry. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Jak pamiętacie z wcześniejszych odcinków, to może być zapowiedź, wiecie, questów.
Are you sure everything is all right with your uncle?
Oh, yes. He travels for work, always busy. I'm sure he just wrote it in a rush. Nothing to worry about.
No dobra.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course. And good luck.
Jak wiecie, jest się czym martwić.
Half out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
A, no dobra. Tutaj jeszcze mamy osobkę, z którą robiliśmy questy. Dobra, chodźmy jeszcze na górę zobaczyć, czy coś tam jest ciekawego. I myślę, że będziemy na tym kończyć. Z tego powodu, że sobie tutaj pozwiedzaliśmy wszystko. Został nam tylko jeden dom i to jest Gryffindor. Wyżej chyba już nie wejdziemy. A pokoje chyba są wszystkie takie same już. Aha, miło, lustro, miło. Tu mamy skrzynię też. Ukradliśmy kogoś po okazji. No dobra, no to myślę, że sobie tutaj kończymy. I spotkamy się w domu Gryffindor.
Better be Gryffindor!
It's most uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. This should be quite an adventure.
I'm looking forward to it.
I remember the first time I entered the Gryffindor common room after being sorted.
You were a Gryffindor?
I am a Gryffindor. Never could remember the password when I was a girl, however.
Password?
Password?
The password is Grata Domum.
Grata Domum.
You may enter.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
No dobra, no to jesteśmy w Gryffindorze. Rozglądajmy się tutaj, co tu posiadamy. W ciekawym stylu. Zamiast tapet mamy gobeliny. Mamy muzyczkę. O, mamy kilka kiców, magicznych zwierząt. Dobra, tu więcej nic nie ma, tu nic nie ma. Gdzie tu jest wyjście? Tu? Okej. Kubeczek.
Now, which way is the common room?
Dobra, idziemy na dół. Zwiedzamy tutaj trochę. Mamy jeszcze niżej. Tu nic, tu nic. A tutaj? No, przyłożyli się tutaj. Ładnie tu jest. Wydaje mi się, że jest o wiele większy od innych. Może nie o wiele, ale jest trochę chyba bardziej większy. Albo po prostu tak wizualnie widać. Do schodów. Tutaj mamy wyżej, tutaj mamy resztę pokoi. Tu. Mamy kolejną łazienkę. A, 2 wejścia, no dobra. Kolejny gobelin, okej. W sumie pewnie jak w każdym z innych domów, tutaj będą się pokoje powtarzać. Wiecie, wszystkie bardzo podobne. Dobra, to idziemy do pokoju wspólnego. Idziemy sobie tam pozwiedzać. Co tam mamy? Taki 3-piętrowy jest on. Tu i tutaj mamy wspólny pokój.
Must be different starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
No, nie każdy musi mi o tym przypominać. No dobra. Idziemy do naszego pokoju wspólnego.
They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon food, like that poor man from the ministry. Can't imagine starting a new school this late.
A little room, everyone. Let them through.
Co ona tam robi? No dobra.
Still not working. Ugh.
No, bo coś ci tam nie pasuje. Aha. Myślę sobie, czy znowu jej coś tam nie pasuje, ale widać, że znaleźliśmy tajemne przejście z krzesłami i z takim lwiątkiem fajnym. Dobra.
Oh, perhaps I should.
Dobra, pogadajmy z tobą.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Ugh! Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
No, uczył mnie.
I'm not sure I'd say that, but I did study with him a little before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were trying to do just there?
Oh, yes. Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using its incantation, but this is proving a bit trickier.
No, uczy się.
Don't worry, you'll get it in the end.
Oh, I hope so. If I can get it, Professor Ronan's sure to be very impressed. I'm just going to keep at it.
Okej, spytajmy się o wszystko.
Is it really that difficult to cast non-verbally?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right, the results can be, shall we say, awkward. Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's Yorkshire pudding into his face. He was not happy.
No to na pewno. No dobra, to teraz pytajmy się o to drugie pytanie.
Do most students know how to cast non-verbally?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach non-verbal casting until the 6th year, and even then, many struggle with it. I'm simply trying to get ahead of the game.
Jest ambitna.
Well, good luck with it. It was nice to meet you, Cressida.
You as well. Enjoy your first day.
Dziękuję bardzo. Okej, tutaj mamy tekst skrzynię domu. Odkryliśmy. To nie było tego z Quidditcha? O? Latające? Dobra, kim tu jeszcze możemy pogadać?
Sure you don't want to try it? Brewed it myself. Hello, you're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
I am. She's my aunt.
Jak miło.
Must be nice having an aunt for a professor.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a first year. Keeps too close an eye on me. It's all a bit suffocating, to be honest. Still, she means well. And she's an incredibly powerful witch. She'll have your back.
Okej, co tu jeszcze mamy z nim do pogadania?
Are you having butterbeer for breakfast?
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe I came up with over the summer. I'm almost there. Based on some reactions, it may need a bit more work.
Aha.
Seems you enjoy brewing. Might I assume that you've a talent for potions of all sorts?
Well, as I see it, there's little difference, fundamentally, between brewing a modification to butterbeer and a Wiggenweld potion. Though, I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate my, creativity as much as you might think.
Oj, to na pewno.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth. And thank you for the insights on your aunt.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Good luck today.
Tobie też życzę powodzenia. A z tobą nie możemy pogadać, a szkoda.
Don't fall off this time, Nelly.
That girl thinks she can get away with anything.
Okej, Nelly.
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Put things in perspective. Once I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower, from the outside, without a broom.
Goodness.
I'm Nellie, by the way. Nellie Ogspire. I've heard rumors about what happened to you on your way to Hogwarts. Is it true? About the dragon?
Okej, nie było nic beka, to prawda.
Yes, our carriage was attacked by a dragon.
Crikey! I can't believe it. How thrilling! And also terrifying. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement to Gryffindor. And Hogwarts, for that matter.
Okej, i mam tu już także 3 pytania, więc sobie je zadajmy.
What exactly are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
That you escaped a dragon attack? Isn't that enough? Most of us arrive via train or boat. Not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon, of course it's got people talking. Word travels fast at Hogwarts.
Zauważyłam.
I take it you're not afraid of heights?
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no idea how I got there. But with all the strange hallways and rooms in the castle, and everything lurking in and outside the grounds, you don't need to scale a tower to see something incredible here.
To na pewno.
I'd imagine most students have never seen a dragon. Have you?
Goodness, no. And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in a carriage, I'd think.
Chyba tak.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around, either in our common room or when you scale your next tower.
You never know. Bye for now.
Okej.
New Gryffindor. Professor Weasley's waiting for you outside the common room.
No dobra, pozwiedzajmy sobie jeszcze tutaj troszkę. Ups. Dobra, i tutaj nic nie mamy, tu nic nie mamy. Tędy weszliśmy. Tutaj mamy pokój. A przez okno raczej nic nie dojrzymy. Tam byliśmy, tam też byliśmy. Myślę, że to chyba tyle w tym domu. Mam nadzieję, że nic tu nie zostawiłam. A tędy tutaj coś mamy? A, kolejny. Mogę powiedzieć, wybieg balkon i wiele tu jest wkitu, wiele szczegółów ma ten dom. Chyba taki ulubiony. No dobra, a tutaj już chyba byliśmy, czy nie? Pójdźmy jeszcze na górę. No tak. I mamy ostatni pokój. Z zamkiem na poziom 2. No dobra. I myślę, że sobie tutaj zakończymy zwiedzanie. I w sumie cały odcinek. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało, że zostawicie łapkę w górę oraz zasubskrybujecie kanał. No to co? Trzymajcie się ciepło. Do usłyszenia. Cześć!